my abandoned supercar. And I bought it because, well, it was really cheap. And that's because it was sitting at a body shop for 15 years untouched and couldn't even move under its own power. Over the past few months, we've been rebuilding it in an attempt to get it back to its former glory for cheaper than it would cost to buy one used. If you look on Auto Tempest, you can see that these cars in good condition go for $50,000. So that's the budget we're trying to stay in. And it's been going pretty well. The car is fully put back together, the new clutch is installed, and we fully serviced it, which means it's finally ready for its first real drive, which we're going to do today. But before we do that, there's still a problem. If you ask a car guy what their favorite part of their car is, 9 times out of 10, they will say the exhaust. And that's because the way a car sounds defines a car's personality. And the Aston Martin, although it sounds alright, could sound way better with a bit of modification. Which is why we have this. The probably loudest exhaust you can get for an Aston Martin V8 Vantage from our friends at Velocity AP. And we should probably unbox it. First, we have this. I gotta get it out, but. Oh,
that's a nice piece right there.
This is a mid-pipe, and it doesn't really add much except for this X section, which will make it sound really good. But that's not the most exciting part.
From factory, they don't have an X-pipe crossover, which means they could sound a lot better because it combines the tone, you get it all nice and equal, gives it more that like supercar sound. That will cause the exhaust to come together and make a beautiful noise.
As it should. V8s are some of the greatest sounding things on the planet, and this is the best way to enhance them. But let me show you the more exciting thing I'm stepping on. This is 1/2 of our new muffler.
Yeah, there are not much muffling to be had in there.
This is like a GT4 muffler, which means zero muffler and just bypass straight through. So that will clear up a lot of noise, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so this bad Larry goes something like this here. And there's usually a giant muffler, which I'll show you. Gigantic muffler right here turns into that. Nothing.
Second piece is right here, and then there you go. That's what the new exhaust is gonna look like. It's not only gonna be weight savings, because that is definitely lighter than the stock muffler, but it's also just gonna sound absolutely ridiculous. This might be the best sounding car once we're done, but you'll have to wait and see. So will we, because I have no idea, but I'm excited to put this on. Do I know how to put it on? No. But luckily, when the clutch came out, we had to drop a lot of the exhaust, so I do know how to do that now. I think. We haven't dropped the muffler once, so this is gonna be interesting, but I think the payoff is gonna be sick. Stay tuned. Now I know it might not make perfect sense to basically straight pipe the car before I even get to drive it, but once the exhaust is on, I think you'll understand why I literally can't wait to put it on. The first thing we have to do is obviously remove the old exhaust. So we're starting by getting the car completely up in the air, and unfortunately, we still don't have a lift, so jack stands it is. First step in getting your new exhaust on is to get the right socket. Hold on. First step is to take the old exhaust off. I'm getting better at guessing bolts.
Was that 13?
Yeah.
I guess I am too.
On most cars, the exhaust is broken up into 3 sections. The headers, which come directly off of the engine, the mid-pipe, which is the sector that runs along the bottom of most of the car, and the axle back, which in this case is a massive muffler. The new system we have replaces everything after the headers, retaining the factory catalytic converter so it's still fully legal, but amplifying the sound by getting rid of the gigantic factory muffler. Thankfully, all of these bolts were just off a few weeks ago when we did the clutch. So getting the mid-pipe out shouldn't be too difficult. And it seems like all of the bolts up front are coming out super easily. To access the rear end of the exhaust, we have to take off the rear under tray because the exhaust routes directly above it. To make life easier, we're going to remove the gigantic muffler before the mid-pipe so we have more room to access everything. The V8 Vantage has one of the strangest exhaust tip designs I've ever seen. The tip is actually bolted to the bumper and the muffler exits slide into it. We have to not only unbolt the exhaust from the mid-pipe and unbolt the hangers that hold it up, but also figure out how to slide it out of the tips. And because it's so big, there's hardly any room to do that. Luckily, it looks like there's a bit of adjustability on the muffler where it attaches to the tips. And with a bit of brute force and ignorance, and some help from my friend Jack, we can finally drop out the muffler.
Try to pull it a little forward.
Yeah.
Or I guess backwards. Oh.
Yeah, just go up on your side, Jackson, and you just drop it out. Very nice.
Oh my god. A lot of weight savings.
Yeah, this thing looks heavy as hell.
That is dense.
No more of that, Garbo.
I almost worried that we're gonna have some dead air space up in here.
With the muffler out and a bit of hammer-induced persuasion, we can slide the mid-pipe off its hangers, which is now showing us we have a new problem to take care of.
So these screws, as you can see, they go into here, and as you can see, they're all rusty and stripped. And we need, not this bottom part, but we do need the top with these hangers. Worst case, we can use some new hardware on either side to do it, nut and a bolt. I could probably angle grind this off, but I shouldn't. I think it's time to bust out an angle grinder.
Let's do it.
Why not? It'll be the fastest method. I think it's gonna be, drilling them is gonna take time, and it's gonna result in the same thing. Brute force and ignorance, baby.
It's time to grind.
Don't do this at home.
Alright, and then
Nice work.
That worked shockingly well.
yeah.
I'm impressed with myself, honestly. And we can tighten these off the car, right?
Yeah.
Unless we don't want to put these in
No, tighten them off the car.
instead of putting this in and then putting it on.
Yeah.
here.
It went in so easily, so it's like, why not just do it that way again? What are you doing? What the heck? That's the workstation right there, bro. That's weird as hell. I couldn't even do that if I wanted to.
With our hanger issue solved, we can install the new mid-pipe into the car. The hangers are sliding in perfectly, and although we forgot to order new clamps and have to reuse the old clamps, which are pretty beat up, with a bit of persuasion, we can get the pipes to slot into the headers correctly and tighten everything down properly. Now we can move to the back, where hopefully everything will be much easier because of how much smaller the new pipes are. Once again, everything is lining up perfectly, which says a lot about the quality of this exhaust. And with the old hangers reinstalled, the tips lined up to the new exhaust, and everything bolted back together, we can finally start it up for the first time with the new exhaust and take it for its first real drive.
The exhaust is installed. Now, for the most exciting part, the startup, as long as it starts up. I think this is gonna be pretty loud. We got a whole crew to react to it, so let's get it done.
Let's see how this goes.
This is exciting.
It's gonna be quite loud, isn't it?
That's louder than it was.
Woo! I got hit by some juice.
That sounds
Yeah, that's a good sound.
That sounds
That's
really
a good sound, man.
Oh, well, I guess we should take this thing for its first maiden voyage. Not today, but probably tomorrow.
Oh my God. One more just like that, bro.
That's crazy. Before we do the very exciting part of driving this car, we have to tackle something extremely important. And that's our disgusting windshield, which we can't see out of very well because it's grimy. There's a lot of bad things happening on this windshield. Luckily, we've got all the things we need from Stoner Car Care to do their ceramic glass coating, which is extremely easy to do, or at least I hope so, because I'm not very good at doing things. So if I do this well, that means this product is amazing.
If he can do it, quite literally anybody can do it.
So let's crack on with it. Unlike most windshield coatings, Stoner's is actually super easy to install. It's important to clean the glass properly before you coat it. To do this, we're starting with Stoner's Invisible Glass Cleaner to get most of the grime off. And then we're using Glass Stripper, which polishes anything else off the surface that might still be stuck on there, giving the coating a clean and smooth surface to stick to. With that done, we can apply the coating with the included microfiber block in even layers. Coating your windshield is something often overlooked, but it's actually super beneficial. especially in New England where I live. Not only does it make water bead off like magic, improving visibility in the rain, but it also makes it way easier to keep your windshield clean and easier to remove snow and ice as well. With the windshield coated, all we have to do is wipe any excess coating off to make it completely smooth. Then let the coating cure for 4 hours.
4 hours later.
Now it's done. Look how amazing the water beads off of it.
Look at that beading action.
That's awesome. You can just drive and the rain comes right off. Check it out, link in the description. It's definitely worth the buy and you can do it yourself at home. It's as easy as that, we did it, which means you can do it.
Thank you, Stoner Car Care, for sponsoring the video, and let's listen to the Aston Martin because I think we're both very excited about that. Yeah, we haven't driven this thing really yet, so it's pretty crazy what's about to happen.
Today's a very special day. Windshield is coated and the car is ready to drive. Let's listen to a cold start with the new exhaust.
Since we got this car, we haven't really driven it more than a few hundred feet. So even though we just put a new exhaust on, this drive isn't just about seeing how good it sounds. We have to check if the new clutch is working, see if it overheats, make sure it's not misfiring, make sure the transmission can properly engage every gear, and most importantly, make sure the engine isn't knocking or blowing smoke anywhere. Because we don't know how the condition of the gas in the car is, the first stop is to the parts store to get some fuel additives to improve the quality of the gas in it, and then the gas station to add as much fresh fuel as we can. With all of that done, we can actually start to warm it up, give it a little bit of throttle, and see what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Feels pretty solid though, honestly. All things considered.
Yeah, no, not too bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna need some more driving and tinkering and stuff, which is, I guess, kind of just to be expected. But for a first drive in many, many years, it's not too bad.
It's a maiden voyage, man.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see a car that was like just so neglected now coming back to life. Like, this is what it's all about, man. This is so cool. And like testing, just like, huh?
So bringing it back to life.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my God, that sounds good. And that's not even a high RPM. It's insane.
It's very delicious.
That is a chocolatey deliciousness. Don't go ham.
I would never do that.
That was ham. That's loud. Wow. It like, it crackled too. He went It definitely vibrates a little. All right, we should get out of here now. That is so incredible sounding.
It is good. I wish we could give you guys like a better exhaust clip, but we really shouldn't be ripping on it.
Yeah, we can't really do like a fantastic driving clip of it. But we'll try our best.
Everything seems like it's working well somehow, and aside from some clunky shifts because the transmission is relearning the new clutch, I'm honestly pretty happy with it. Now we have to do the most important test of any car. See if my mom likes it.
We decided to bring it by my mom's house to see what she thinks of it. Got to get the mom approval on the vehicle.
Oh my God!
It works.
That is crazy. It's gorgeous.
Right? Sounds good, right? It's a little loud. Yeah.
I'm like, what the what? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so,
coming
were
together.
these seats here before?
Yeah, these are the original seats. They won't, might not stay there forever, but we'll see.
The middle looks so good.
Yeah, it's a nice car. Hey, this was like $140,000 car at one point in time, in 2007.
Nowadays.
Nowadays, it's certainly not. And then pull it open.
Hop in and give it a little rev.
Going for a spin. What are you talking about?
Okay. I didn't expect this was gonna happen.
Oh
This is
my
hilarious.
God, this is so,
Mom's driving the Aston.
so like, vroom, like sports car-y.
Yeah.
But
Just don't go too crazy.
I'm gonna be crazy. Crazy mom. In Aston Martin.
Not too bad. It's a little touchy on like
Well, it's
slow speed because the transmission is
So
still
it really
learning.
just wants to go fast? Like,
No, it's just we put a new clutch in and the transmission has to learn the new clutch. So it's not
it's
totally.
there's not a clutch.
But it's like that without a stick.
Okay.
So it's the same system, but it's like, yeah, see how it sort of
come it
shifts
does
like a
that?
manual
Yeah.
car?
Oh, I got you.
Because that's a downshift. It's like, it's just an old system. So it's not driving like your Mercedes does.
Definitely. Way to go, Captain
Vote of
Crankshaft.
confidence.
Yeah.
But it's,
So,
hey,
like,
it's
if
not
you
bad.
took this on the Mass Pike, would it go like roll like?
Oh yeah, it's fast.
Sweet ride. That's what I'm saying. Oh, it's great. Okay, wait. So then neutral?
Yeah, neutral, and then just
I've
pull
never
the.
seen this. And
If you
then
take the handbrakes on your left, just pull it up and then drop it down, and it's now the brakes on.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a weird handbrake system. You just gotta turn the key.
Oh.
There you go.
I beg
I'm
you.
really proud of you guys.
Thank you.
What's next? Where's my Woody?
She wants a Woody wagon, which will happen
We're
at some
working on
point.
it.
We're gonna
Really?
build her
Working
dream
on it.
car.
Yeah, we are working.
So
65 or 61? What are we thinking for me? Am I gonna get it for my 61st birthday? Or my 65th
We would love for that to
birthday?
happen.
I hope
Maybe like
61st.
62nd.
60
yeah,
seconds. Okay.
we're gonna aim for 62nd.
62.
She's 48 right now.
That's right.
I thought you were 34.
That's right.
plenty
Again,
of time.
39 again. You got plenty of time.
So we
oh,
should be
it's
good.
really great.
Mom approval.
great.
You can have this
Mom,
one.
2
instead.
thumbs up from Mom.
Do you want to see what the next car is? You just react, and we'll let the viewers
Okay.
determine.
Ooh.
You don't love it?
That's gonna be a tough one.
Say subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to my boy's channel,
There
Captain
we go.
Crankshaft.
Yeah.
If you want to see that.
Like and subscribe. Right?
Wow,
Right?
yeah,
It's supposed to be
nice,
like and
nice.
subscribe. Like and subscribe.